Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing very, very well. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is how do people see you? How are you being seen at the moment? I guess you can ask about like a specific individual, or maybe you're asking about a group of people, like say, for example, in a work environment, how do these people see you? Um, but I will be reading from the perspective, like the general perspective of how do people see you, as opposed to like focusing on specific things, unless that kind of comes up. Okay. So how do people see you? There's three groups for you to choose from. You have group one, the blue appetite, group two, the Herkimer diamond, and group three, the blue calcite. Please feel free to pause the video for a moment if you need to take a minute to choose your group. But I will see you guys in your reading. All right. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the first group, the blue appetite, how are you being seen at the moment? Okay. So we have the Hermit in reverse. We have the Page of Wands upright. We have the King of Cups upright as well. Okay. All right, so it feels like at the moment you are being seen as a little antisocial, or just less social than you have been, or less social than maybe people are used to, so more antisocial than usual. You are seen as isolated, or kind of just more isolated than usual. Like you seem a bit more lonely, a bit more like on an island. But if any of you are asking about a specific person, even though they kind of view you as being more isolated, they don't necessarily think you're going through anything tough or going through anything that would make you feel a bit more reserved. But if you are asking in a general sense, if you are asking about, like a group of people or just in general, people do think you are going through some challenges. But it feels like the people close to you may doubt that you're going through some challenges. But you are seen as someone who is trying to put on a brave face, but also as someone who is just brave in general. You are perceived as someone who has found, their purpose, or you're kind of trying to find your purpose, or you're kind of just on that path. Maybe you haven't, reached a destination per se, or people don't really perceive you as having reached a destination, but they definitely feel like you're in the right car, going in the right direction. Um, so yeah, you are being seen as well as rejecting like other people's thoughts, opinions, other people's observations as well. They do think you're rejecting these people and their ideas and their thoughts because their thoughts and their feelings don't align with your own beliefs and align with your own lived experiences. And I don't know if this quote is gonna make sense for everyone, but it's almost like you reject people, made their thoughts and their opinions, especially people who have not walked a mile in your shoes, or walked a mile in, similar shoes to you, because some people can resonate with you and, some of the things you've been through. But some people feel like you do reject people who just don't get it, like you just don't get it. So I'm not even gonna, entertain what you have to say about that. So I don't know, that's random, but yeah, some people or someone in particular could be seeing you this way right now. You are generally seen as extremely beautiful in more than just your looks, though. Some of you are definitely seen as having like a beautiful essence, like maybe when you smile or when you greet people, when people are around you, you just have that beautiful essence about you. But people do generally see you as like a bit lonely. I don't know, people don't necessarily see you as like a loner, but they do see you as maybe lonely at the moment. Like you're on an island, sort of, you know? Sorry about that. Okay. Um, but the reason why people feel like you're kind of on an island, sort of, is because you are extremely true to yourself, or at least people view you that way. But a lot of people may not actually like this, because they could be envious that you are strong enough to do you and say, fuck what everyone else thinks. Whereas not everyone else has that kind of confidence, really. Like some people really, I don't want to use the word hate, but it feels like some people do feel, hate that you do not conform. And this is these are more so people who as opposed to like strangers. It feels like strangers almost admire your individuality, whereas maybe people you are a bit closer to, people that you do share an environment with, maybe quite often they really, they don't, not a fan of your individuality. Not because it's hurting them in any way, but just because they don't really have the confidence to maybe do that themselves. Anyways, if any of you are asking about a specific person, they really um, don't like that you don't try to hide your true self, that you stand on 10 when it comes to who you are. You are seen as kind and genuine. Some people think you may spend way too much time alone, or just at the moment you're spending way too much time alone. People feel like you found your direction, the path that you are supposed to be traveling. You are seen as, generally as enthusiastic and supportive. Some people see you as maybe having immature interests, whatever that means. You are seen as influential, but again, more so amongst people who, may not know that much about you. Maybe they know you, but from a distance. But people see you as youthful or having a lot of life left to live, and someone who does want to live life to the fullest. You are seen as spontaneous, adventurous, maybe not really a risk taker. But you're also seen as serious, um, because you are so stable, consistent, mature, and determined. So they do feel like, even though you do like to have your fun and be spontaneous at times, you are also very serious about your stability. You are perceived as creative and confident. You are seen as emotionally intelligent and affectionate with maybe your loved ones, maybe not with everyone, but maybe definitely your loved ones. Like people do view you as someone other people really respect. You're also perceived as very clever and not gullible. Okay, but that is all that is coming through for those of you who chose this here group. I do hope it could be helpful and make sense. But I'm wishing you guys the best. Okay, bye. Hello, 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 welcome. Hope you guys are doing okay. If you've chosen the second group that had commit diamond, then this reading is for you. So how are you being seen at the moment? How do people see you? Maybe if you're asking about something specific. Okay. So we have the Five of Wands upright. We have the Wheel of Fortune reverse. And we have the Three of Swords upright as well. I don't know, these cards seem kind of personal, you know? I don't know. We'll see anyway. But I am going to be reading, I said it in the beginning, but I'll just mention it again. I will be reading from like the point of view of people in general as opposed to like a specific person. Unless it comes up, you know? But yeah, so how do people see you? So yeah, I don't know if you're asking about if you have like a specific person in mind or a specific group of people in mind. But some people or the person you're asking about do perceive you as intimidating, or they perceive you as trying to be intimidating. Because it definitely feels like people aren't necessarily intimidated by you, but they could feel by your actions that that's what you're trying to do. You are being seen as, oh yeah, with these messages as well, by the way, guys, like if they don't resonate, then maybe this reading's not for you, but this group, it does seem very specific. But yeah, so you are being seen as maybe creating inconveniences for other people, being difficult, maybe unintentionally difficult actually. You are seen as very passionate and maybe wanting to argue, or people see that the way you talk or the way you approach conversations is like kind of heated. You know, like some people feel like they need to be on the defense with you. Like when you talk, it kind of seems like I don't know. Is it that? Not that it always seems that way, but for some of you, it seems like some people almost feel like accused or offended, like when you talk to them. You know. Um, some people do see you as sneaky, but that you pretend to be innocent. Some of you are like seen as getting in your own way at times, but that message isn't for a lot of you. You are seen as defensive and insecure, maybe defensive because you are insecure, you know, in their perspective. But you are seen as having a lot of conflict, you know, with a few different people or in a few different areas of your life. People do think you need to trust yourself and your capabilities a bit more. They think the more you do this, the prettier your life will be. Because with the way things are going now, they do think you are attracting bad luck, bad karma, maybe due to some of your actions or intentions, or maybe just your perspective on certain things, again, in their opinion, you know. But people or a very specific person, they want to support you, but they feel like they cannot because they see you as not being a good person right now, you know? And they also feel like you'll kind of throw that help back in their face. And some people do see you as needing to be more competitive, but this feels like it's in a like a proactive kind of way where they want you to have the energy the, foresight, the determination, the proactivity of someone who does want to reach a goal or their goal. Like if you have a goal in mind, that's what they want for you. But you are seen as still holding on to a lot of pain. Some people think you need to stop fighting with your family, random message. They think you even need to work it out, with your family or with someone, family adjacent. Like work it out with this person or these people, or just stop dragging it out and like leave it alone. Leave the situation, leave them, kind of go your separate ways or work it out. But there's no point fighting, So that's how some people see the situation. Like people see you as having a lot more to give and a lot more to offer than how you maybe have been showing up either recently or, just in general. But they kind of think you like the drama, that you kind of create chaos for other people, and they feel like you do it intentionally as well. But despite this, people don't see you as someone they are afraid of. Like people are not afraid of you. They see you as harmless to them, even though you may be someone that they perceive as having, bad intentions, or just, to see drama, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, they see you as harmless. Excuse me. They could see you as maybe being too focused on other people. They think that you would be better off if you kind of just focused on yourself. People see you as changing, but it's like not in the best way. For the most part, people could see you as, dishonest. They could think you're doing something fraudulent as well for some of you guys. Some people or someone is seeing you as lost, but they think you're afraid to ask for help, like real help. People think you are heartbroken and you don't really know how to heal. They think you've been betrayed and gone through a really difficult time, and they feel like this has just really changed you, unfortunately. And they really hope you're able to find your way back to, the light soon. But yeah, that's all that's coming through though, for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it to be helpful, makes sense. But I am wishing you guys all the best, alright? Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye. Hi, welcome. If you've chosen the third group, the blue calcite, and this reading's for you, okay? So the person on your mind, no, not person on your mind. Well, maybe it's the person on your mind. Maybe it's a specific group, or just in general, okay? But how are you being seen, all right? Alright, so we have the Ace of Cups in reverse, Seven of Swords upright, and Knight of Swords in reverse. Alright, so some people are definitely seeing you as someone who is able to kind of see through, manipulation and lies. At the moment, though, you are being seen as finding it difficult to, I don't want to say handle your emotions. That doesn't really feel like the right turn of phrase. But something seems different, like something seems off. And like, I don't know who you're asking about, or if you're asking about a specific, but it feels like someone or like a specific like group of people, they're seeing you and they're like, this feels new to them. Like, I'm not used to you being unhappy, or I'm not used to being like emotionally distant, or I'm not used to you, being emotional, sad, or angry, like whatever it is. Like, they feel like whatever is going on with you right now is new to them. They're not really sure how to take it. They feel like they feel like your change in emotions came out of nowhere for them. You are generally seen as quite unpredictable anyway. But people definitely think you are more unpredictable than usual, especially when it comes to like your emotions, or just maybe emotional stuff, or how you handle, situations that involve emotions. But right now, it does feel like you are being seen as sad, um, emotional, and like it does feel like a few people see this as very random in their perspective. It feels like there's been a change with you, or you did something recently that was kind of shocking to them or to these people. But people, sorry, one moment, is, but yeah, people think you hate being lied to. They think you hate being deceived, manipulated, or you just don't like when people are cheeky enough to even try you in the first place. Like, some people do think that your tolerance for certain things or for certain people is running on low, running on empty, actually. But yeah, people definitely see you right now as kind of like running out of patience. Some people do think you are becoming emotionally detached. They do think you're going through challenges, but think you are, or you will, resolve it privately. People think you're more serious, that you're kind of losing your light a little bit. Some people perceive you as wanting to be left alone right now. People do assume that you aren't feeling emotionally fulfilled. Some people see you as not returning their love, their friendship, maybe. Or they feel like if they approached you, you wouldn't return their love anyway, you know? Like, some people assume you are a bit numb emotionally. People think you don't care about relationships. I don't know if this is romantic relationships, so I don't know what kind of relationship this could be talking about. But so yeah, they could even think you don't care about relationships. Maybe you don't care about being in one, or starting new ones. But you are seen as impulsive, but also kind and friendly, even if certain people haven't noticed a difference recently. Anyways, where were we? But yeah, some people do see you as someone that's not easy to trust. Um, and for a lot of you, this is because they feel that you may come across as like um, secretive, you know? But generally, they think you do not really care about how other people see you, that you do not care about the reputation that you may or may not have. People generally see you as a busy bee. That's super loud, or is it just me? I don't even know where that's coming from. And it has stopped. But yeah, people see you as a busy bee. They can see you as quite drained actually because of this. They also think that you have strong ethics and morals, that you are against corruption. People don't necessarily see you as a liar, but some people just see you as not being upfront about certain things, or you're just private, like it's on a need to know basis and you do not need to know, you know. Maybe they kind of feel that you feel that way. Um, some people think you are confrontational, but when you are, they feel like it's necessary. There's a certain person or group that thinks you're growing bored with them. Some people some people see you as confident, whereas others may view that confidence as arrogance. They see you as, you know, drained and burned out. They think that you are wanting to slow down, but maybe that is kind of like difficult for that to happen for you. Certain people think you are hard to deceive. Notice, you may notice, sorry, uh, like people going quiet around you, or like you notice them being hesitant to say something to you, or they're kind of like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. It feels like when people are around you, like because you are hard to deceive, like they don't want to incriminate themselves, so they kind of watch what they say. So they can feel like you have this high awareness that kind of people feel like they need to be cautious. That feels like the right word. Like people feel like they need to be cautious about how they move and what they say. They don't necessarily feel like you will pull them up on their lie, but maybe they would just be able to tell by your face anyway, you know, or you're just someone that if they were to lie to you, like what is the point, you know? Maybe it does nothing for you, so they kind of just feel like silly kind of lying to you, you know. So yeah, people feel like they need to watch what they say with you. But that is all that's coming through. I really hope this could make sense and be helpful. But I am wishing you guys the best, right? Please take care, guys. Bye.